Custom artwork is great for adding an extra layer of immersion to your tabletop role-playing games. But not everyone is an artist, and commissioning art can get expensive after a while. But what if a robot could make art for you? Well, it turns out that they can. Hey folks, I'm Alex Story and welcome back to The Fire, where I talk about Dungeons & Dragons, tabletop role-playing games, and all the different ways to make your games better. So subscribe if you like that type of stuff. But today we're going to be talking about Midjourney, and Midjourney is an AI project where a bot essentially takes a prompt from a user, like you or me, and then it tries to create an artwork of that prompt. So it's pretty awesome. I stumbled across it quite by accident the other day, but I think the potential is amazing for how Midjourney can help folks with their D&D games. So let's quickly talk about why artwork is useful for D&D games, because it's not required. But a lot of Dungeons & Dragons DMs use handouts, basically printouts of artwork for a particular NPC, a monster, a location, or a magical item. It's a bit of a cheat. Folks like myself, who may not be the most verbose when describing something, can bridge the gap between the theater of the mind and what's right there on the piece of paper. And of course, if you're using a digital tool like Roll20, you can use digital handouts. But artwork, unless it comes from a pre-written adventure, can be tough to come across. You either have to make it yourself, find some by Googling around, and giving credit if necessary, or by commissioning an artist. I've done all of that. I've had commissions made for me, I found artwork, and of course I've tried to make artwork myself. But I think Midjourney is a great tool that can make commission light art pretty cheaply, because essentially you're commissioning the robot to make the art for you, even if it isn't as precise as a human being yet. So let me show you what Midjourney can do first. So Midjourney is a Discord bot essentially, and if you have the paid version, you can private message the bot. If you have the unpaid or trial version, you can still message the bot, but you have to do it in the Midjourney Discord server out in public. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. So basically, how do you use it? To make a prompt, all you have to do is type /imagine, and then basically you type whatever you want. So I type /imagine space, and now in the prompt section here, I'm going to type in whatever I want. So I'm just going to say a fire in a dungeon. All right, there we go. And now basically the bot is going to take a couple moments to draw it, and I might fast forward this. It doesn't take too long, but it does take like a minute or so. So basically it'll take a couple moments to make 4 variations of your prompt. And so you can see I have 4 different versions of a fire in a dungeon. The top left one looks like I'm stuck in the dungeon. The top right one looks like I'm about to enter a dungeon on fire. The bottom left one looks like you can see a person there who maybe have set the fire. And the bottom right one looks like I'm walking into a fiery dungeon, which is pretty cool. And basically, once you see your 4 different versions, if you want to upscale one of the versions, like if you love it, you just have to hit the U 1, 2, 3, or 4. That's U is short for upscale, and basically it's left to right. So U1 is the top left, U2 is the top right, U3 is the bottom left, and U4 is the bottom right. And basically hit the U for the one that you want. So I'm going to just upscale the first one here. And now the Midjourney bot is just going to take a moment to take that version and upscale it, make it a little bit cleaner and more detailed, so you can kind of scale it, bigger and print it out without it losing all its details. Yeah, so there we go. We now have a super upscaled version of that first option, and it looks pretty awesome. That is a dungeon fire. Let's go back to the bot. So let's say we go back to this original prompt that I had, where it gave me the 4 different options. Let's say I like that first option, but I wanted a different version of it. If I just hit V1, it'll take that first result and make 4 different versions based on that. So now it's going to make those variations. So yeah, now you can see that there are 4 different variations of that first prompt where the fire is kind of going in different directions. It looks like in some of them the actual floor is different, some of the walls are different, and the door in the distance is different. as well as the archways in the top, so you can kind of see how awesome and customizable the artwork that you're getting from Midjourney can be. So now is going to be a little bit of a show and tell. I'll show you some of the art that I've created, and I'll show you the prompts at the bottom of the screen while I talk about it. So first off, I've noticed that Midjourney is really good at item work. So objects, devices, those kinds of things. And I was able to create this sword here with this octopus carving and kind of like the blade, which is awesome. Like this can be a cool nautical or eldritch themed magical weapon for my party. So I've also noticed that Midjourney is amazing at fantastic locations. So here is this portal depicted underneath an ocean. So this could be an awesome like portal to the plane of water or to something else that the players could discover underneath the ocean. In an upcoming homebrew campaign, I have a town called Beast Town, which is a tent city filled with a whole bunch of refugees, mostly like beast-like races. And this is how I was able to kind of create that using Midjourney, and it looks pretty awesome. So the creature work is pretty awesome as well. So you can imagine, like this baby dragon that I created, I could create all sorts of different monsters, animals, and what have you for my players to interact with. The bot's also pretty good at character artwork. Here, I was able to put in the prompt cute goblin pirate woman, and it came out with this little goblin gal. And that's pretty awesome. Here I have a lion man for that aforementioned beast city. So there's a lot of unintended consequences when using Midjourney as well. So I had intended my parrot person here to be a lot more menacing of an NPC, but he turned out very, very cute. And you know what? I'm going to roll with it. This is now the NPC in the campaign. And to continue on that trend of unintended consequences, here I was trying to use Midjourney to make a quick little picture of Aurel the Frost Maiden, because I'm running a Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign, and this is what popped up. This is not Aurel the Frost Maiden, but it is a picture that would be awesome for an NPC in that campaign. A woman kind of bundled up in winter clothing. So that's a positive experience that I got using Midjourney. But note to self, proper nouns sometimes aren't the greatest for the bot. And just for a little kind of cute Easter egg, here is what popped up when I accidentally typed in a dragob into Midjourney. So it didn't know what to do with that, but it created a little like creature, a little dragon creature. So yeah, I mean, even typos can create something awesome. So I've shown you how to use Midjourney, and I've shown you some of the awesome things that I've created using Midjourney, but how do you actually sign up? So to sign up, all you have to do is go to midjourney.com. You can check out the description, and I'll have that link there, and you'll just sign in with your Discord. So if you don't have a Discord, create a Discord account. I recommend it anyway. It's free and it's awesome. But once you get to midjourney.com, just go ahead and click on join the beta. It'll prompt you to link your Discord account, and then from there you'll be able to go to the Midjourney server where you can get the trial version, which gives you about like 50 image generations, and use the Imagine prompt there. Now, if you're interested in the subscription plan, let me talk briefly about that. And basically there's two different versions. There's the basic membership, which gives you 200 images a month at $10. And then the standard membership, which is $30 a month, and you get unlimited personal use. Although they do slow you down as far as how fast your images generate at around 900 images. But that, my friends, is Midjourney, this exciting new AI bot that can create amazing artwork in just a couple moments. So let me know what you think about that. Is that something that you see yourself using in your Dungeons & Dragons campaigns, or really for whatever else? Let me know in the comments below what you think about it. Is it good, or is it not quite there yet? I personally can't wait to keep on exploring this tool and see how I blend it into my games. But yeah, that's the video. So if you liked it, go ahead and hit the like button, and please consider subscribing, and always check out my Patreon at patreon.com/dungeonfire, where we have exclusive content every single month. But yeah, stay toasty.